Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of the ECW 2014 Revival Series here on the channel. As it is going to be a little bit of a different start. We're not going to start on the kind of main page we usually do, just because we have some big developments happening on this show, and I don't want to give anything away. So we're just going to start with the pre-show matches. As of course, this last episode here of CyberSlam before Anarchy Rules, and as it was advertised in the last episode. We get to see who's going to take on Punk at Anarchy Rules, and I'm assuming that's going to be the main event. As for the first of two pre-show matches, it's a women's tag match. It's Mickie James and Becky Lynch take on Beth Phoenix and Athena. What a fun match this is on paper. Obviously, it's a unique time because really, like, you have a lot of different pieces here. You got Beth Phoenix, who's kind of towards the end of her career. Really was at the end of her career at that point. We kind of had to talk her back into in-ring being active in ring, and Becky, of course, coming in to her prime. Same thing for Mickie James and Athena, somewhat. She was still on the Indies at that time, but just kind of a fun match. I just was like, man, this would be fun to see. Gets a 44. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. As Mickie James gets the win, as pinning Athena after the Mickey DDT. As that was in 8 minutes as well. The next match, it's a 46. It's another tag match. This time it's Rich Swann and Ricochet against Quick Death as Ricochet pins Yoshihiro Tajiri with a standing shooting star press. As Tajiri was actually one of the better guys in the match, as he was the best guy in the match. He's a 45, 44 for Ricochet, 43 for Tommy End, and 36 for Rich Swann. Just Tommy End and Tajiri probably should have got the win there in Quick Death, but that's okay. So luckily it's just a pre-show match, so it's not that big of a deal. So we have the CyberSlam intro. We have a dueling in-ring promo that starts with Heyman coming in the ring first, talking about the crowd and just having them basically engaging with the crowd, saying it's nice to always be back in the arena. It's nice to see all you wonderful people are here, and this is quite the show. Even this is like hyping it up as this is going to be quite the show. You all found out last week. You're going to find out who's going to take on CM Punk. Before we get Punk out here and I tell him who it is, me and him, we go way back. We've had our history, and it's so awesome to see him becoming the ECW Heavyweight Champion and to be the top of this organization right now. I couldn't be more prouder of my friend. But this isn't about friendship. This isn't about giving someone an easy match. This isn't about giving CM Punk an easy way out. This is about putting on the best show for you people. This is about history. This is about having Punk take on the best of the best in this business. Is what this is about. So, CM Punk, come on out here, and he comes out as Punk just kind of laughs about this, like Punk. He just is like, hey man, Paul, I just can't believe that the words I'm hearing in the back. It's just like I don't know if I'm either gonna get the easiest opponent ever. I'm gonna take on 10 guys in this and a 10-on-1 handicap match for the ECW title. Like, what's going on here? And he just he kind of laughs it off and jokes it off. Does Heyman? He just says, Punk. It's such a predicament. It's much easier being on the other side of this, in your corner, advising you, strategizing with you, instead of at the top of promotion, deciding your fate. And I think for the best is to use our history. Because I've called in some favors, and I found your opponent for Anarchy Rules. It's an opponent that I think could be at the head of the table. He's someone that could be at the top of the wrestling promotion WWE. He could be at the top of the wrestling world. Will it take time? No, it's not going to take time. It's now. His time is now. And it starts with Anarchy Rules. Punk's just eyes get big. It's like, what's going on here? You see it. Dun 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 dun. It's the fucking Shield. And we have Roman, Rollins, Ambrose dart to the ring. And Punk just, oh shit, as just a full circle moment between Punk, Heyman, and the Shield. Obviously, little history as we have to talk about this. Shield's, WWE debut, they were his mercenaries in CM Punk and Paul Heyman. There's, weeks where it's like, are they with him? Are they not with him? And it turns out they were indeed with him. It was this whole thing, and I just thought it'd be so fun to kind of run that back. And Paul says, your opponent for Anarchy Rules will be Roman Reigns. But don't worry, you'll get your first taste of the Shield tonight. Let's find yourself some partners. You got the Shield in the main event tonight. So it's a big main event too. We got a big go-home main event at this CyberSlam. I just felt like that was a fun moment. And, we could, we've been using a lot of WWE talent. I wouldn't say maybe a lot, just AJ and Cesaro. So now adding the Shield in there as well. We've been really benefiting from a WWE relationship, so it's just kind of fun. That's all played out. As far as some of the matches on this CyberSlam as well, the undercard stuff, Homicide beating Adam Pearce, doesn't even hit him with a finish. As we needed a hardcore match, and that was probably for the best. Homicide's pretty good. Adam Pearce not so much, but I just figured Homicide could have a pretty good undercard match with someone, and he did. That's awesome. Homicide's the man, obviously preparing for his network title match with Kenta. And then we have a backstage segment. Punk's kind of getting iced up in the back. The Dudleys come up. Said, we got your back, brother. Let's go kick their fucking ass. Those green bastards aren't going to come in here and steal what's ours. That's a spot in this company, the top spot in this company. I don't give a shit what Heyman's thinking. We're going to put a stop to the Shield tonight. There's not going to be an Anarchy Rules main event with you and Roman. We're putting those fuckers through tables. We're swinging chairs. They're getting out of that ECW arena in stretchers and ambulances is how they're going to leave the ECW arena. So just a little hype up for the main event as well. And the Dudleys with Punk. Kind of an intriguing pairing. At first, I was like, Punk in Kings of Wrestling against the Shield, which that's an awesome match. That is really, really fun. Definitely a much better match on paper than 2014 Dudleys and Punk against the Shield, but I just felt like ratings-wise, this would probably be the better of the two. So I went with ratings instead of what I really wanted, but that's okay. As the co-main event, Drew McIntyre, Matt Sydal. Sydal actually did a 60. Sydal's the man. We just really need to get something going for him. And, there was a while where his contract was set up weird, where he was on loan for some reason, and I didn't realize that until we were in the mod and we were running the series. I was like, I can't really fucking change it now. So after his contract ran out, I was like, we'll wait a little bit to bring him back. And it was, I want to say it was about a month or two. But it's a fun match. Drew McIntyre gets a win there with the Future Shock in 12:49. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome. A pretty awesome match. The main event's a 67. As the two quick matches in quick succession. Really didn't think of anything else we could do with that, but Jesus Christ, the Shield killing it. Punk with the Dudleys. Dudleys actually didn't do that, which is kind of weird. This was set as a Wild Brawl because we had to have it be that, but actually did really well. And 13:55, Roman pins Punk. It's not from the spear triple power bomb, just to really two triple power bombs. To be fair, just to really add the umph with Punk taking the fall there to Roman. As this is just giving the rub to the Shield is what this was. I mean, this is a slingshot into title contention, because not only is Roman going to take on Punk, but Rollins and Ambrose are going to be in a 2v2 tag match with the Dudleys, of course, the champs, Kings of Wrestling. So that should be quite the match as well. Yeah, we got a lot going on. We got a lot cooking, and the Punk Roman match should be very, very fun. And I think that match should go well. The tag title match, and there's a lot that I like about that Anarchy Rules card, at least on paper. We'll see what happens to the show. increased our pop in 17 regions. A lot of good angles. I mean, that's just kind of what we had to do as far as, of course, a lot of it involving Punk. No surprise, he's the best guy on the roster. It makes sense to use him. As that will do for that episode. Thank you all for watching. As we'll catch you guys next time for Anarchy Rules and some more ECW 2014 action in TEW 2020. Take care, everyone.